How long gone? Beautiful Sunday here in LA. It's fucking scorching, Jason. You could fry an egg on Sunset Boulevard. It's something else out there already. How you feeling?
Feeling good. I mean, it's probably a couple degrees hotter over here than it is in your West Hollywood, but you know, I got the AC pumping and clumping. KK did not like the DWP bill this month. We had to have a talk.
Okay, what you don't have to give numbers, obviously. I don't want you to reveal too much, but what was the percentage up from the DWP bill you would say this month in the July, one of the hottest months in the world, especially considering global warming and your geolocation?
I don't know if she has it set up on like every 3 months or every month or whatever, but it was
Oh yeah, I've hit that many times. But you're saying this bill, is this unfortunately the bill that's in her name that she gets?
That's right.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Maybe you should switch this. I mean, just as a man, you know what I mean? Like it might be.
Look,
better.
we share the billing is spread out across.
Bro, I know how it works to be in a modern marriage. I'm just saying to you, maybe the ones that you know that TJ getting a little spendy on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not getting spendy on it because DWP, that's water and power. Sure, the water costs a little less than the power. But you know, the AC is the AC. It's set to like 77 or something like that. It's not.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm not being psycho with it.
My shit hit 70 as soon as June hits. We're 70 men.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we start at.
Sure,
that's where we start at.
But every temperature is different. Every room is different. One, 74 in one hotel is ice cold.
I only got 2 rooms, so it's fine. We're good to go. New York, this is an open floor plan.
But also, the sauna be eating up some electricity
I didn't think,
too.
I
but
didn't
not
think
that
about
much.
that.
Like it's not crazy. It doesn't affect it that much. But when the problem is the sauna makes the house hotter, which then turns the air conditioner on. So it's a little self-fulfilling prophecy.
Why don't you put the sauna outside? I've never even asked that.
First of all, it's not an outdoor sauna, and second of all, I don't know.
Oh, you can't. Oh, I thought it was. I just assumed. I know it's not the fucking Joe Rogan barrel. I know you have better taste than that, obviously, but I just assumed they were
Costco barrel.
They're
not. Some of them are. You have to get a specific indoor outdoor one.
A winterized.
Just in terms of the
winterized.
The winter. You have to get a winterized sauna unit.
That makes sense.
I don't know if you have to run up a different power thingy or the seals are different.
It has to be. I mean, even in LA, I know.
But also, like outdoor saunas, unless they're like really well maintained, they just sort of have a fine layer of going on there. Like there's just something about like outdoor mildew and
definitely
just knowing that there's like bugs up in there and shit.
Well, because you're a pussy and you don't have your cold plunge next to it. I think that's really what we're talking about. Because I think if you had the plunge, if you went to Home Depot and got the fucking trough, put some ice in that bitch, then you would have to have it.
True.
Yeah, they have to be next to each other for the content.
I don't want to do that
when your filmer comes over.
Because to do the naked run through the house, I slip and fall because I'm all sweaty. You know what I mean? It's no good.
What happened to Jason? He broke his ankle again. He was running to the cold plunge, and fucking the hardwoods got him.
That happened to me when I was up in Sea Ranch last week. I had a little nighttime hot tub action, and everything's all well and good, and then you get out, and then I had to do the little kind of towel run scuffle into the shower kind of thing, and I really did get hit by a chill through my body where like a teeth chatter where your body just goes, ugh. I haven't had that in a long time. I think it just being wet at cold nighttime, that really it turns it up. The water, it conducts heat.
I haven't been cold in so long. I feel like after being at Los Angeles' Just Like Heaven Festival yesterday in temperatures that were literally dangerous, I feel like I feel like I literally don't remember what being cold is like. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to envision cold thoughts, and it's really hard for my mind to even go to that space right now because I still have PTSD from yesterday.
Damn. Okay, you got blasted. Yeah, when I was watching The Strokes play, there's people hold up the flashlights and then EMS got to come in, but everything was fine, but
of course, even at night though, it was it was still I guess it was that hot.
It was still just crazy hot, but everyone was like super respectful. It's all good, and like everyone was taking care of each other and telling each other to stay hydrated. But it is funny to hear Julian Casablancas see the event where somebody has to be helped out to get some water and some fresh air. and he's like, "Should we play?
Julian,
let him chill."
Julian Casablancas is not. No, he's not the guy. He's not Olivia Rodrigo or Chappell Roan stopping the show. He's saying, "All right, pussies." I'm surprised. Because I know that he thinks
Chappell Roan will stop the show if a trans person can't find their phone.
Oh,
like, I can't find my keys.
Chappell Roan's just announcing GoFundMe's between every song. She doesn't even care about the music. Julian feels like a guy who he thinks he's very funny, so he does jokes. But it would probably be cooler if they didn't talk or acknowledge the crowd at all. Is that fair? You know what I mean? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, and I think it happens with older age. Maybe the younger version, you just go up, you play the songs, you're cool. Less is more, but and also when he does make a joke and everyone laughs, and when you're doing stand up in a room and 300 people laugh, you feel amazing. But just imagine if fucking 40,000 people are laughing at you, in the palm of your hand, every time you say something funny, 40,000 people go.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
It's got to put a little blood in your ball sack, right?
It's a little different than the Void's headlining set, So it's getting something going in those veins.
Yeah, that one's a little more crickety.
That's a little smaller. I couldn't make it for the Strokes. I didn't have it in me after being there all day.
Yeah, you left it all on the floor for Matt and Kim, so I get it, brother.
Exactly. I had to change clothes after Matt and Kim because I was just I sweat through my dry fit. But Ryland and I left the West Hollywood area at 11 a.m. Let's say 11 whatever 5 after 11. I met him at the coffee shop, picked him up. We rode out together, had a nice ride, listened to the new Brandon Flowers, caught up. We got there to the, credential tent. I see you. You're in a rush because you have to DJ. You give me my artist pass. Ryland goes to the booth. He talks to them, gets his pass. Everyone has failed to think about Chris and his parking pass, which is not a big deal. I'm like, oh, whatever. We'll figure it out. We can bullshit our way in. I'll give a guy $100. Whatever. I've been here before. And then, unfortunately, as I'm rushing to catch just a few minutes of Them Jeans DJ set, because I see that the clock is ticking. I thought I had plenty of time, and these fucking parking bozos are saying, go left, go right, go straight, go. It's a never ending circle. And Ryle and I are we don't know where to go. We can't figure it out. A parking guy, of course, gets in my face a little bit. I had to give a little attitude back.
Was he Samoan?
No, he was smaller than me. Howard wouldn't have talked to him like that. And it was sort of like, so we're getting there, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to miss Jason, but I'm also going to miss Lorelai, which is that was one of the main reasons I'm coming to this thing.
1-2 punch.
And I'm like, this is not acceptable. Ryland gets on the horn. He calls Chromeo's tour manager. Chromeo's tour manager pulls up. He says, "Follow me," and we follow him. We get through one round of security at the pink lot for the artists, and they wave us on. We're good to go. Unfortunately, we had a guy that took his job seriously at the second checkpoint, Jason, and he said no. And Ryland and I started a bit where it was a get him to the Greek literally situation where Ryland was like, I got to get my guy on stage. He's talking about me. But the twist of that is I'm driving, so it doesn't feel necessarily like I am the fake talent. But I don't think this 50-year-old Mexican guy is really concerned with the ins and outs of sort of what instrument I play. So he says no. He says absolutely not. You can't go through. You don't have the pass. We have to
He
go.
He said, "I know
the
the rapture, and you ain't in the rapture, brother."
Exactly. You don't have enough hair to be in the rapture. So we have to park over to the side and just wait, until something happens. Then the tour manager, Chromeo's tour manager, comes back in a golf cart with some like real road dog looking motherfucker named Kalen. Like this guy's been wearing, and Kalen said, "Here you go." Blessed us with the yellow lot pass, which conveniently is the same lot as the pink lot. It was there was no differentiation. There was no differentiation. It was very confusing. We get out, we get in. Kalen gets us there. I get to the side of the stage. I'm there at the side of the stage. I'm seeing Lorelai. He's ripping. It's a 3-piece. It's hot as fuck. And this is honestly, this shit almost got me choked up, bro. Because my favorite song is called "An Extra Beat for You and Me."
Pause.
I was like, oh, he's got so much material, he's probably not gonna play it. Last song, Jason, he plays it. Last song, he plays it. I'm saying, all right, my day is made. I don't care if I get skin cancer. This was all worth it. And we made it there, and it was a real personal round, and I felt like we were doing. It was kind of like we were on the Amazing Race.
Yeah, you
know
guys
what I mean?
Got each other to the Greek, no homo, but yeah,
we got.
He was the Russell Brand, and you were the Diddy.
Yeah, exactly. There's no winners in this scenario, unfortunately, but yes, I guess that would be the case here. So we made it, and I just felt like, oh, I could really relax after that, because I was like, oh, I just thought this process was going to be really easy, but then it all worked out in the end. So it was fine.
Thank God. Thank God. Because if you missed the 1-2 punch of them jeans and This Is Lorelei together, that rock block,
I know.
Like you said, that's sort of the main reason why you came out.
I mean,
you're not. It wasn't for LCD, is what I'm saying.
No, anybody that came out for LCD, that's your problem.
That's between you and God.
That's between you and God, and what you did in Williamsburg in 2003. That's on you, big bro. But otherwise, I feel like it was. I feel like I had a great time. I had a great time. I'm glad that Carolyn made us go to the catering and get some responsible food inside of our bodies, so we did not have a late night Jake Shane drunk food sesh. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's so easy to fall into that, where you just spend all day partying, and then you're like, oh yeah, I forgot we did not eat a meal today, and we walked 30,000 steps, drank 30,000 beers, got heat stroke, smoked cigarettes, did drugs. Yeah.
So then you get home and you're like, oh fuck, and then you order food that you should not be eating. You're eating the 3 a.m. Guacamole fries or something, and it's all fucking you up. But we went in. I ate a bunch of fruit, brown rice, broccoli, steak, chicken. Just getting it in me, and all the. It's fun because you're sitting at a table. It's you, some groupies, Dave from Chromeo, eating a fucking salad, and then a table full of all the grips and gaffers and loading crew guys. And just to see the difference of how the eating styles are going down for the people who are working with their body and what they're
Dave, Dave, Skinny Jean Dave brought his own salad for sure. That salad was brought in from outside.
These are my hands off my greens. These are my greens. I brought them. Yeah, he was out there. He was at catering amongst the people. I was not plate checking him. I didn't clock his meal. I should have asked to take a photo of his plate and to post on my Substack, but. We were sitting at a table next to all the gaffers, and literally they were producing sauces that no one else had access to. Are you saying they were pulling limited edition sauces out of their tactical chest rigs next to some of their equipment? I'm saying that the crew, they have to add their own flavors to these dishes in order to make them. Oh, I see. Okay, they're used to this, so they have their own accoutrement, maybe. So I'm going down the line, and I'm like, oh, can I get some more broccoli with my chicken thigh? That's been, and they're saying fettuccine Alfredo, give me 3 plates of it. And then, it's so are you saying that everyone has these? It was a table of 10 dudes, and granted, they're hard working. They're loading gear all day in the fucking heat, and they're coming up, and they've got the Dr. Pepper cans, stacked three high in their hand. They've got the Tapatio 32 ounce in a glass jar that you have never seen before. So they bring their own sauces and their own. They're like, oh, this is cute. I thought maybe you were going to say they were combining things in a jail style way to make their own. You know what I mean? They're busting the bag of. They're grabbing the top ramen bag, scrunching it up, making it into a powder, adding in the fucking Tapatio. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I thought you were going with this. I was like, wow. The amount of things that people put on the food was crazy. The amount of sauces and chili and pepper and seasonings and powders and all that stuff. It was making my tummy hurt looking at it. But whatever it takes to get the fettuccine down, right? I can't eat in those environments, as you know, but I did something fucked up. I know. I did something fucked up and had to do a post-workout breakfast burrito from Erewhon because I was like, I need to eat something. I need to be quick. I love that you saying I did something fucked up yesterday. I'm like, oh, what was it? And you're like, I ate Erewhon after a workout.
No, bro.
Which is
Breakfast
probably the most.
breakfast burritos, as delicious as they are, it's somehow in my mind like the ultimate nasty fat boy thing to do. And I know it's not. I know it's not that big of a deal. Like I know logically.
It's not rooted in logic. It just simply is the same way you feel about chili.
Well, the thing is, I can't. The problem is with a burrito, I always want to put salsa on it. Of course, a green, a red, whatever. And something about salsa consumption as a white man before noon doesn't feel okay, man. It just doesn't. It doesn't feel right. It feels like it feels like I need to take a shower. It feels like cultural appropriation. It just feels like over the line. It doesn't feel like it's okay.
What sauces are okay for the morning hours?
Nothing.
Before noon, are you allowed to have ketchup?
Don't love that either. I would say before noon we got to go sauce free, because I do think dipping a breakfast potato in ketchup obviously tastes delicious, but it makes you feel this. It just something is disgusting. No sauces before noon.
But I feel like a sauce. It's a wide spectrum, because the sauce could be, fucking Chipotle crema or whatever, where, it's got as many calories as whatever you're about to put it on, or a fresh made salsa, which is literally just like vegetables and water pureed in a blender.
I know. No, I'm not. This has nothing to do with caloric intake. This has it has to do with.
It's one of the most fresh things. It's the only fresh thing that you're eating.
This is more of just a vibe thing, where it's like I don't feel good about this. I don't like those kind of flavors touching my palate this early in the day. I don't want.
Keep it plain.
Yeah, keep it plain. I mean, look, when I'm having my protein-packed egg lunch, it's salt and pepper. I couldn't. But
do you put butter on the bread or olive oil?
No, I put a little butter on the bread, of course. Yeah. Okay. But that's a morning sauce. If we're gonna put bread in a category, you know what I mean? It's a morning sauce, and I can't think of any other morning sauces.
Morning sauce. I like.
Can you think of any other morning sauces? Like actually, besides a jam
butter?
and jelly,
other than butter,
jam, jelly, and butter, I would say are the morning sauce family.
What about the liquid that baked beans are in? Is that a sauce?
Absolutely not. Don't even try it. Don't even try that bullshit with me, Jason. Not today, Jason.
Okay. Is yogurt a sauce?
Absolutely not. Good try, and I like where your head's at. But yogurt's its own separate meal, I would say.
Okay, you would eat an acai bowl before noon, right?
I would. But
which is fruit. Oh, okay.
Wait.
Can I finish?
They famously at Backyard Bowls, LA's best restaurant, they finish my power bowl with a honey. I say no. That's a breakfast sauce. I say no, I don't want it. It's still a sauce. It's still a sauce.
Honey is one of the top breakfast sauces out. Okay,
and I never thought about this, but honey is a topper, but also a breakfast sauce.
Okay, well, because when I think of a salsa, it's produce in a blender, with some water.
You're not.
An acai bowl is produce with some water in a blender. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course, Jason. I'm not. Look, once again, like always, everything I say is devoid of logic.
Well, I'm wondering. I mean, I can talk about this forever, and that's what we're going to do. But I think the difference being is the consistency of it, like the viscosity, the liquidity of it. Does that change things? Like because an acai, it's a thicker, scoopable paste.
But it's a main. It's not a sauce. It's not a topping. It's not an appetizer. It's not an aperitivo. It's a main dish. It's a main. It fills the
foundation
bowl
of the bowl. Yeah, okay.
It fills the bowl completely. So it's I understand where your head's at, but yeah, I don't know. I was going through it, and then I was just thinking about it because I was just, I don't know, on the whole ride to Pasadena, I was like, man, I just had a breakfast burrito. I feel so bad. I felt bad. Like I felt, not physically, I felt great.
What was in the burrito?
It was the Erewhon vegetarian breakfast burrito, which is eggs, and I believe avocado. Hash brown is the killer.
Okay, we got it pulled up. Vegetarian breakfast burrito, $18. Soft scrambled eggs, hash browns, white cheddar on a spinach whole wheat tortilla.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is kind of it is a little bit of even though it's Erewhon, it is kind of a fat boy burrito.
Yeah, it's bad boy. Yeah, it's bad boy. And I was like,
it's eggs, cheese.
But it was gonna.
hash
But I
brown.
knew.
I mean, it sounds fucking amazing.
It banged, but it's gonna have to sustain me until 8 p.m. You know what I mean? That was because I'm like, I'm not taking a bite of any food at a music festival. There's no way in hell. So I've got 8 hours of sustenance in front of me, and I knew. And I knew unless like LCD Sound System brought their own barista, there would be no fourth wave coffee available backstage anywhere, and there wasn't.
You didn't get the 4 Horsemen wristband? Oh my god!
I didn't get the 4 Horsemen wristband, so I can't get a cortado. So I know I'm going to be extra. It's just I just planned ahead, and this was the best option.
Yeah,
because like a chia seed pudding ain't gonna hit for 9 hours in the sun.
You need something that's gonna set a good base. Just some
set a good base.
White cheddar.
What I'm saying is, I think I got my money and I think I did it right because I felt pretty good all day, and then it was fine.
I think the reason why that worked is the burritos there are the correct size. It's not like a belly buster. You'll finish it. You'll be full, but you're not gonna be like.
That's true.
Fuck my life. And also the sauces are a big deal. Like there's a breakfast burrito spot in Pasadena called Wake and Late, which is really popular.
Yeah.
The woman at the credential desk where we picked up our passes had the box out. It's a plain regular breakfast burrito, but the sauces, like I said, the chipotle cremas and the this and that and the habanero thingy, and those are the differences between feeling good and bad oftentimes, in my personal opinion. If you just eat it plain, I think like the way your vibes-based logic goes, I think it does have like a pretty strong psychosomatic effect on you when you eat something like this plain versus with, like if you eat a bunch of French fries just plain versus dipping it in the ketchup and the mayo and the whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Even if it's not like calorically terrible for you,
it's mental.
It just the way those flavors hit your mouth, it feels as if you're doing something wrong or you're doing something that's not, I don't know, virtuous.
There's just a problem with I agree with you.
I've been thinking a lot about plain eating. Not on an airplane, but plain as in
welcome to the resistance, brother.
Yeah. And I know that it comes with age, and you get a little bit older, and you like, this is what I eat. This is, and I don't divert from that, because this is just the way my body is working now. But I've seen, I don't know, did we talk about this or
we did? No, yesterday we talked about it.
We didn't talk about it on the pod though.
No.
About you'll see old videos of old guys in like a Balkan country, or an Armenian guy or an old Greek guy sitting on a park bench, pulls out a loaf of bread and a tomato and an onion and a chili and maybe a piece of cheese, and instead of making a sandwich, you just rip off a hunk of bread, put it in your mouth and chew it and eat it. Enjoy the flavor of the bread, the flour, the toasted whatever, the salt, the water in it, and then you take a bite out of a fucking red onion like it's an apple, you chew it, the onion gases explode in your mouth. That's the sauce. You take a bite out of a tomato, you rip a chunk of a thingy off, and you just eat it like that. I think that's the final boss form of eating, and I think that's where I see myself going. Now that I can have access to the finest produce money can buy, and enough money to buy it, it's so sick.
I think that maybe we're moving to a post-sauce society if people are going to get on board with us.
It's treating it like sushi. Where it's just no soy sauce, respect the ingredients. This is the best of the best of the best. If you do anything to it except put it in your mouth, it's only going to make it worse.
Jason, I'm strong when it comes to this, but having a pile of French fries on my plate and not getting a little tomato sauce would be,
I know.
Ooh, that's tough. And I limit myself. I basically don't do anything that I like, so it is in line with something I could be able to sort of, resist, but I don't know, man. That's like,
I think it changes once you take something like a beautiful potato and turn it into a French fry. I think that you alter it so much where you don't feel like you're disrespecting it by adding ketchup to it. But if you get like a wiser potato, like some dope ass awesome fingerling potato, and you blanch it in the salt water, and it's just perfectly cooked, and you just eat it like that, then I just can't.
It's wrong. When I'm in London and they're like, you order potatoes and it's boiled, it's fucking, it's like, I don't know, it just feels like food you waited in line for from the government. I don't. It's not like they don't taste good. They do taste good, but I'm just like, bro.
The humble boiled potato. It does feel like something that you were given in a bread line.
Yeah, we're just talking about it. I like plain shit. Like I'm on the plane train. Like I'm down, but like not that, dude. It's just something about it. I'm like, dude, don't give me this shit. Either give me French fries or give me chips or whatever the fuck you guys do over here. But the boiled potato, it feels like punishment.
I love boiled potato, and also your body loves it too. You know, you can eat a bunch of them. It feels.
Oh
good.
no, I don't mind the way it tastes, but looking at a bowl of boiled potatoes is just like, damn, okay. Is this like,
What if you get you get some perfect fingerlings, you boil them in super salty water, they come out and they have a little dry starchiness to it, New England style kind of thingy.
Bro, no.
You toss it in some butter, some salt, and some chives, roll it all around. Those are fucking bomb as hell.
No, they're fine. I'm just saying that it's like, in all of the ways to eat a potato, like let's keep it a buck. Like fries is the only way to eat. I mean, that's number one, the best way to eat a potato. Besides maybe a hash brown, if it's prepared, in a sort of. I like a hash brown that could be eaten patty style.
Patty style? What's patty style of hash brown?
Like a McDonald's hash brown. You know what I mean? Where it comes like you're able to.
It's just in a bag and you take a bite.
No
out
forks, no forks. Welcome.
No forks.
Yeah, and like or like the Chick-fil-A does sort of a quarter size box of mini hash browns. That obviously I haven't had this in 25 years, but that's how good
hash coins.
That's how good they are. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, Dasha's talking about crypto. We're talking about hash coins over here. Okay, we're doing it different. They're so good.
It's sort of those are like somewhere between a tater tot and a hash brown over there at Chick.
Yeah, I would say yes. The issue is obviously you're getting your hands dirty, which that's why the sort of the patty style comes wrapped often, so it's easier to eat by hand.
Damn, this is a good podcast episode. I'm liking this so far. We're getting into it.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna think about this a lot after yesterday. It just sent me in a spiral.
I'm really into like segregating my foods. And I don't want to mix this and this. Like I want everything to sort of be plain and on its own. Like I like having my milk and my coffee separate instead of mixing them together, so I could enjoy both of them on their own, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean that is serial killer weirdo shit, but I don't. I mean, I'm not surprised. I know you. I think everybody could tell it was going to go this way.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of plain foods, when I was on the airplane last week when I was going to Sea Ranch on Southwest Airlines, which is, an airline. Now that Spirit is done, it's sort of the butt of all airplane jokes.
It's America's lowest. It's America's lowest. Europe's got worse, but this is
it's our Ryanair. It was the only
way to get
one
there
going up there, so it was what it was. But they had those pretzels, Stellar pretzels. They're like a honey, like a Dijon flavor.
I've never heard of this brand.
And they have it's like an Erewhon kind of thing, and they also had Siete chips, which is another kind of Erewhon brand. Step your shit up, Delta. Delta, like Southwest, has better, more keyed up snacks than Delta. Come on, bro. You're not even eating snacks.
I don't want the snacks, but I mean, dude, you're gonna tell me I would rather have a Cheez-It and a Sun Chip over all that fucking woo new shit. Like there's certain things that can't be improved on, and as far as a snack goes, like you try to touch Cheez-Its or Goldfish, you're out of your goddamn mind.
I think there's a lot of innovation to be made in the pretzel space as well as the grain-free tortilla chip space.
yeah,
of course,
sure.
A Cheez-It,
bro, grain-free tortilla chip, that's cardboard. Like, give me some Quinn's popcorn. Give me the what's the pretzel shit we used to eat? The bad boy, the nuggets.
Oh God,
that's Quinn's.
Those were Quinn's. Yeah,
I'm saying Bjorn corn or Quinn's. Like all that shit smacks. Like all that shit is good, but it's so based in the classics that it's tough. I mean, I know you had those pretzels yesterday in your trailer that you liked.
Yeah, those were good.
But pretzels feel very East Coast to me. It feels like a real East Coast. I mean, obviously it's German, but like East Coast. But the problem is, it's just they're so hard on the mouth. They're so hard on the mouth.
Those chompers are working overtime. I used to really love when you get the big dry pretzel
Oh, yes.
That had the real bite to it where you had to kind of gnaw on it like a dog.
Yeah, no, it's a dog toy, bro. That's a dog toy that crumbles. That shit smacks.
Chris puts his 2 paws on that pretzel on the couch pillow. You got TRL fired up, and you make a meal out of that pretzel, don't you?
You know, I would, speaking of...
Each one of those pretzels, 700 calories.
Speaking of sauces, this is because a soft pretzel, I mean, that's a gift from God, obviously. Soft pretzel, when a soft pretzel comes in
coming out of your mouth, it's not obvious. I think it's 50-50 that you're not into a pretzel.
Jason, when a soft pretzel comes in like a bread basket, oh shit. We reaching for that first. Don't get creative with your rye bread, putting fucking raisins and shit. Give me I think Sunset Tower has one. I'm trying to think of who has.
My favorite pretzel is pretzel bread is the Grill in New York.
Oh yeah, that shit's banging. It all rings off. Pretzel bread is a crowd pleaser.
We've talked about it before, I think, because the bread basket at the Grill, it's got a bounty of different styles of bread, but they have those kind of cylindrical pretzel sticks.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Kind of looks like the shape of a string cheese or a boba straw. And we went. I think we talked about it in the pod, but I asked the server like, "Oh, can we get some more of that pretzel's too good?" We had a table full of people, and there wasn't enough pretzel to go around. And he brought a tray of pretzels that were tucked into a napkin that he made like a little mattress out of with the side of mustard sauces for dipping.
Lisa,
and I was like,
Lisa asked pretzels. So we got mattress
tip just
pretzels.
went from 22 to 22%, brother.
What is the that's what I was going to ask you though, because I think a hot pretzel of any I think of any quality. I'm talking airport food court or the Grill.
From Wetzel's to the Grill,
you can hit raw, no problem. You can hit raw, no problem because it's got the butter, it's got the salt. Now, have you ever done hard pretzel mustard or soft pretzel mustard only?
I have done both, but it's mostly a hard. It's mostly soft.
Because a hard pretzel with mustard sounds kind of banging, but
I've had it.
Too much sauce.
You have to be gentle with the dippage. It has to be, just a little.
Can't go too hard.
Little tip. We're not doing a full soaker.
Do you think there's like 62-year-old guys that come home from the office and sort of have, like my granddad used to have, cheddar cheese with Triscuits and a scotch. Do you think there are guys coming home and their wife has put out a plate of hard pretzels with a little mustard on the side and a cold beer?
That kind of has a Lunchable for adults feel to it.
Totally. I think the only addition is the alcohol. I think that's the only thing that makes it childproof.
Yeah, because now adults are still eating Lunchables. It's just now they're old enough
I had Lunchable.
To mix it with a White Claw.
I had a Lunchable at Erewhon. It cost me $52. That's the fucking problem. They do Lunchables by weight now. It's breaking us as a society.
Yeah,
it's killing us.
Yeah, I saw Lunchables. Then it was like the protein Lunchables.
I'm sure. I'm sure. If you're at Ralph's, you can get a protein Lunchable any aisle.
I don't know if those 4 ham coins have 28 grams of protein, guys.
Ham coins. What's up? We're hand coins from Stuttgart. So we were hanging out with some friends as the sun was setting last night at the Just Like Heaven festival. We'd caught Twin Peaks, who were fucking great. Feist sounded amazing. I want to give a shout out to Feist drummer, swaggiest guy at the festival. He apparently, we did some research, he plays with Beck as well. He came out in a perfect fitting pair of orange tab Levi's, Lucchese boots that matched his belt, tucked in t-shirt, tinted sunglasses, hat, and his stick bag was vintage Filson. Just a tote, which I thought was a nice touch for a tasteful drummer. We found out he plays with Beck, so this Feist band, who is incredibly tight, it also, the guy that plays with Rossums and the Voids played, but I was like, oh, this is not even her full, this is like her LA band. This probably isn't her touring.
Stripped down.
Yeah, it was stripped down. She killed, looked great. But the point of the story is, we were talking and a term I had never heard came up. And then I gut checked this term with you, Jason, and with Ryland. Neither of you had heard it either. So when someone is freshly out of a relationship and they have intercourse with a new partner, that is called a slump buster. Which I had never heard slump buster before, and I believe that slump buster can apply to man or woman.
Yeah,
and I think that slump buster just means you had to get it done. It's not maybe something you're super proud of. You're not screaming it from the mountaintops, but you're heartbroken and you met someone out, you're drunk, you're on cocaine, and it's like, you know what, we're doing this. It's slump buster time.
And it's not necessarily it's in the same vein of like, rebound.
Yeah, you totally
sex kind of thing, but it has a little different energy of like, it's like there's a conveyor belt going, and then the little machine gets stuck, and someone's got to go in there and put their hand in the pipe and pull out the stuck thing just to get the machine running again. And that's the slump buster. And I think it's sort of could the slump buster, it has nothing to do with your attraction level to the person, or does it only apply?
No. It only applies to the fact that it's getting you out of a slump. Like it only has to do with
a very hot person be a slump buster as well? Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I think
I kind of wanted to have you have to be a 5 and under for it to be a slump buster.
We could ask our source on this. He didn't want to be named. We could ask our source on this, but I'm going to say that I think most of the time it would go your way, but I don't want to limit it. You know what I mean? Because I think that
can Jacob Elordi be your slump buster? I feel like it's in a different category then. You know what I mean?
I think I didn't know we were talking about. Okay, I mean, look, I don't think we can go that far.
I guess there's a big difference between a 5 and
a Lordi and a Lordi
5 and a 15
and a 3500 track jacket from the row is different. But I think that. I just loved it so much because I feel like we hear a lot of terminology in our line of work. We're saying it, we're hearing it, people are telling us about it. That slang is a part of our job, and slump buster feels like it's from like a 90s middle school movie, but it really is descriptive. It really tells the story you're trying to tell in a perfect, succinct way.
And I think that I just looked it up. I think the term is rooted in baseball.
Oh, sure, of course. Okay, that makes sense. Like when
it's a slang term in sports superstition for something or someone used to break a long losing streak or a slump.
Okay, well that actually makes a lot of sense, and I'm glad to hear that it has roots.
It's also a popular fly fishing lure.
Okay, all right, David Coggins. Yeah, I like. Yeah, it could apply to so many things in life, though.
Now that I'm thinking about it, if you're a fly fisherman, nothing but slumps, right? Your whole existence is slump.
Your entire life is being outside alone, slumping.
Yeah, I mean, like when you go fishing, 99% of the time is spent not catching a fish.
Yeah, well, Jason, it's about the journey, not the destination.
You're always in a slump.
Yeah, you're always in a slump. Baseball, though, now that you're saying this, baseball, the term slump as a term is very baseball code. That's like I believe that's where I've heard that word used the most in my life.
Damn right, the most slumpage.
Slump buster just had me cackling. I loved that. It was really nice to hear.
Our boy Reggie Watts is going to be in the slump for a while.
Woo! Bro, I tell you what, man. Like the video that's going around of him talking to camera about the whole situation. If you haven't read
her elegant suicide,
if you haven't read the Rolling Stone story, go do that. It's Reggie Watts is bad, and it's a longer story that I don't need to get into the details of. But
yeah.
I don't. That sort of language that he's using and the way he is talking, like the cadence and the tone of voice, is such a red flag to me of like, you are a psychopath. And it's crazy. Like what he's saying almost doesn't matter because the tone of voice and the cadence is such a giveaway that that the kind of guy who says elegant suicide about his long-term girlfriend is like okay, you're a fucked up guy. Your comedy's always been bad and you look stupid, but like this is.
I wonder how much of that is like ketamine psychosis. Because I feel like the more people are doing ketamine and the more we're seeing its effects on folks.
Yeah.
Because he was doing ketamine and kratom, which are both 2K drugs that are still like, there's a lot we don't know about the long-term effects of the mental.
Yeah, this is my issue with all this stuff, guys. Drugs are meant to be fun And if you're lucky enough to not get addicted to them and have a problem, then you should be able to do them when you feel like doing them. When we started turning drugs into like therapy, and you're saying because a guy's you're paying a guy to watch you do it, that it's different than being at the fucking rave cave. Like, look, if it works for you, I'm sure you've decided it works for you, and that's your own game and your hurdles to jump. But like, sorry. I don't believe it. It's like what, we can do cocaine therapy next too, where you just talk out you sit around with your friends and talk out all your problems. Like, what do we? I just think that we're in a place in society where people are constantly searching for meaning and purpose because they think that they don't have it. And when you start doing drugs to find that, and that's what you want to find, then you are going to find it, good, bad, or indifferent, because that's what you decide it's going to be. Yeah. It's the way we all spend $1,000 a month on vitamins. Do we know if they're working? I don't. But if I think they're working, they are. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't, like, obviously all the stuff with an alternative comedian is bad. Like, this is all bad. Everything's bad. The whole story's bad. It's depressing. It's dark. There's an, whatever. But I just think that, like, we've really gotten to a point where we're searching so hard that we're making drugs the answer,
right?
In a way that I'm not sure if they are.
Yeah, because it's a little bit of a chicken or egg, like, because people like that with that headspace, it's like, did you start out shitty and then you like started taking acid and mushrooms 3 times a week, and then you're like, oh, now, like, have you become a better person because of psychedelic use, or has your brain figured out a way to justify and explain your actions and your bad personality because of your enlightenment or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, is it making you a more like a better person, or just better at telling yourself
just the way he talks,
you're not a bad person?
The way he talks in that video is like, you're a demented cat. Like, I don't know what you did. I don't know anything about this. I don't know these fucking people, but I'm like, this kind of talk is scarier to me than someone because you don't think you're bad.
Yeah.
You think you're you think that
you're a beam of light, like Jared Leto thinks about himself. Yeah. You don't think you're bad.
Yeah, you think you're a beam of light, and everybody else is like, oh, this is the worst guy I've ever seen. Like, I'd rather you be Pete Hegseth. I'd rather you just be upfront about it. Like, that's the thing. There's guys that are bad, but they're bad because they're telling you they're bad. That's fine. Right. Like, I prefer the honesty of that to this sort of like woo woo. I do drugs and I'm enlightened. It's just not believable.
Yeah, like what is worse? Is it guys like this who are like, yeah, I do ketamine and mushrooms 3 times. Like, I feel like when, like, mushrooms you should be doing like no more than 3 times a year probably, and these guys are like doing it twice a week, and that it gets all fucking. Well, it reminds me of like back in the day when guys, you would hear about like Ashton Kutcher and like all those dudes would be like, yo, we can't wait until Hillary Duff turns 18, or like the Ash, when like dudes in their 20s.
Yeah, there was like countdown websites for fucking.
Yeah, the countdown websites, Olsen twins, all that shit, and they're like, yeah, I can't wait until this child turns 18 so we could have sex. Like, what's worse, that or like a Jared Leto, like, I'm your shaman and I'm gonna groom you for years, and it's gonna be this whole weird fucking psycho dance.
It's all bad.
Versus like, you're hot, and then when you're old enough to legally have sex with, I'm gonna have sex with you. And then it's done.
That stuff is insane that existed. That shit is so insane that existed.
I know,
it's insane, and I just don't think this. I don't know. I think I guess we're going to start hearing a lot more of this, because I think this sort of thing is used to be very, very fringe. This sort of drug use and this sort of like, I'm using this as therapy. This is my personality. It used to be very, very fringe, and now I think it is seeping quickly into a more mainstream space. And I think that, like, we're going to start having Republicans doing this, and then it's gonna.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, when all the Republicans start doing these powerful psychedelic drugs, is the universe going to? Is that going to make things better or worse? Like, is the mushrooms going to punish them, or if they all become addicted to psychedelics, will it become a better place? Who knows?
The first thing I think that really kicked this off was the ayahuasca trend, which is been, I mean, that is pretty mainstream at this point. I mean, not like my parents know about it, but you know what I mean. Like I would say
Chris Rock does it every fucking Wednesday, I feel like.
I would consider that to you can go to a lead session at the Mercer Hotel on Thursdays. I just feel like I feel like that is pretty mainstream, and I think ketamine as a drug is
the gateway.
Well, I think a lot of people probably know about ketamine more as this. It's like a therapy thing now, because that's how it's been rebranded, than like a club drug. A certain kind of person would be like, well, I don't know. I didn't listen to, UK garage in the 90s, so I didn't know this was like a club drug. Like they think that there are people that are going to discover ketamine and think it's for therapy.
Oh yeah.
That's what's crazy.
But I think for some people in the right amounts, it can be very therapeutic, but like every drug, it makes you feel a certain way, and you don't want that feeling to ever stop,
Yeah, drugs rock. I just think that like the constant search for meaning, and like it can lead people down the wrong road. And I don't know if drugs are always the answer for this. And I'm sure, of course, like it works for some people, it doesn't work for other people. That's everything in life. But I just think this is a great example of like, this is bad. Like this is, I mean, obviously the person who is, he might have been predisposed to this, like you're saying. Like who knows? Like there's a lot of factors. This isn't gonna. Not everyone who does this is gonna act like him. You know what I mean? Obviously, but sure. It just stinks. All this shit stinks, and everybody's a fucking loser. It's just too much. It's just too much. Like I don't know, man. It's just too much. Like what happened to just like going to therapy and maybe thinking about yourself a little less, because I've been talking about this a lot with people, because when you work on a book about yourself, you're thinking about yourself so much. You're like, this is psycho. I don't want to, this is unhealthy. I don't want to think about myself. I don't want to think about how I feel.
Are you over yourself?
I've been over myself for 20 years, and now I get paid. I get paid for it, so I have no choice. But I just mean that it's like we're all reflecting so much and thinking about ourselves so much, and thinking about how we appear so much, that it's not good. There's a part of us where we should just go out and live life and not really worry about it, but we can't. Yeah. Because that, for a lot of us, it's our job. For other people, it's just our obsession. We're all obsessed about how we feel and what we think about things. And we're in a position where we share that stuff, and luckily people enjoy it, and it's our job to some extent, and blah blah blah. But like, this ain't normal. This ain't how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? This ain't how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we should not be, perceiving ourselves so much.
No.
We should not be self-philosophizing our existence every single day.
But there are people out there in the world that are, have perfectly happy, normal lives with, their own problems, but they're not thinking about, how to form an opinion on Phoebe Bridgers, or like what they think about this news story, or what they think about this ketamine therapy, or whatever. This stuff happens, and they process it and move on. It's not like this, whatever. It exists in a different realm, kind of, I think. But we're fucked, bro. Because we're looking at our belly buttons all day fucking long. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all we're fucking
whenever, as soon as I finish all my work for the day, I just immediately start coming up with what my Subway take would be if I ever was asked to go on Subway takes, and that's what most people are also doing in our world. And I remember talking to my BetterHelp therapist like a couple years ago about like, exactly what we're talking about, and she basically said like, almost everybody in the world, they're not thinking about any of this stuff. Everyone's like, oh, I'm dealing with parent stuff or whatever. And what if your mom is just not thinking anything? What if your mom is just like, oh, today's cool, it's nice, and I'm not
Yeah.
And that's how most people really are going through life. And I guess it's sort of a prison that we don't do that, but
well,
it is our job.
Well, I think there's obviously we all chose the blue pill, the red pill, or the right path or the wrong path or a different path, however you want to put it. But yeah, I just think that, like, I don't know, man. It's just like I'm at Erewhon, watching a girl talk to her camera about short ribs, and I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, this is like, I don't know what it is. Like, obviously you see that in New York too, but something about it felt psycho and dark.
You see it everywhere in the world, but how come LA is the only place where it gets the
I don't know.
gets the.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know either. I mean, I don't care. I like it. It's fun.
But it's just like, oh, this is what people. This is like this girl is like, I'm gonna be rich and famous because I'm gonna tell people what I think about short ribs from a grocery store. Like that's really where we're at, you know. That's really where we're at. And the thing is, it does work. A lot of people are making a lot of money doing that. It's not crazy to have that as a career ambition as a teenager. It's depressing, but it's not crazy.
I mean, it's the same. It's you're just as likely to become a professional athlete as becoming a millionaire travel and food photographer.
I disagree. I think there's more ways to become a millionaire as an influencer now than there for any other job. I think that's the only job.
But like how many like food, like you know, when somebody's like, I'm going to be a travel influencer and I'm going to, you know, go to hotels and record videos of me going into the hotel and eating food. Like how many of those people,
what I'm saying to you is more of
become
those,
a millionaire from that? I feel like less than 100.
Yeah, but I'm saying more of those people make it than people make it to the league. That's what I'm saying. The numbers are low, but I'm saying the odds are higher. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, these people are. Yeah, I mean, the amount of people who are making money doing it much higher, but you know, the amount of money that they're making. You know, I'm clearing $4,800 a year off of my fucking travel influencing. I'm only in the whole 28,000 on hotels and flights.
Things are looking up. Yeah, things are looking up. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. That whole story is too much.
I was actually surprised how Reggie Watts, they were talking about how he was flying his girl out to, you know, tour dates, first class. And I heard him, I forgot what podcast he was on. Maybe it was Mark Maron or one of them a year or two ago. And he was talking about how he collects Porsches, like new Porsches. And, you know, like, how does this guy who's not that huge of an act, not very big, especially now, how is he collecting $200,000 cars and flying chicks out on first class?
I mean, he was on TV for a while because he was like a band leader for one of those. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that feels like real bread, but I agree with you. I mean, maybe he's done some smart stuff. I don't know. Maybe he's doing shit on the low.
I mean, I know, like, if he's flying his chick out on first class and and she's running the merch booth. You know what I mean? Like, I know, like Tim Heidecker, for example, like, he's a guy that we know. He makes so much more money than Reggie Watts.
Yeah, but he's responsible and has 2 kids.
I know. But, like, where does it come from? Like, how much...
I mean, dude, Watts could...
Collecting new Porsches, that's, like, rich.
No, it's not. It's bad with your money shit. It could just be like, yo, I mean, this guy... Yeah, I mean, like... maybe he was selling the cat on the low, but I also just feel like you can just be like wrapped up in that shit.
Reggie, were you slanging? Break me off.
But I think that's just bad decisions. Like
right.
Collecting cars is crazy. I agree with you. You need to be fucked up rich to have more than 3 cars.
Yeah, I mean,
in my opinion, for responsibility's sake, like if you like that and that's your thing, by all means.
You and I know 3 to 5 people who own a new Porsche.
Yeah.
Each one of them makes millions of dollars.
Yeah.
They are millionaires. Yeah. And I don't know if Reggie...
Well, look, Reggie was saving on haircuts. You know, he wasn't... it looked like he was eating only catering at the stand-up gigs based on... So, I mean, you know...
He got the sourdough roll in the pocket.
Yeah, he's not... He put the hummus with him on the first class flight, so he's good to go. I don't know if that... I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he was slanging. Maybe he was just good with his money or just very bad with his money. But either way...
I mean, I get surprised by, like, Hollywood stuff all the time. Like, people just do, I did this thing or this one thing, and for whatever reason, it really... paid out, Mm-hmm. I see it more with music where it's like I wrote this song when I was 18 and like I kind of don't have to work again. Like if I really don't want to, like it's fine.
Sure.
With I don't know the ins and outs of like comedy and television and shit in the same way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when he was on that show Comedy Bang Bang with Scott Aukerman, who was the host.
I never listen to that dork shit.
I know you don't listen to it, but like he was his boss and he ain't driving a fucking Porsche. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that it was a very low budget show, and I'm sure that Reggie was making, no more than a couple grand per episode. I don't know if he's getting residues, but you know, I don't even know if he was making six figures from that. Maybe, I don't know. But we ain't doing millies.
No, definitely not. But I mean, I don't really, I don't understand, but I'm not going to pocket check him because
yeah,
I'll tell you what, he's going to be selling all that shit now. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, and he got the crazy lawyer that all the people got. But like, is he being charged with any crime?
No, I don't think so. And he hired a lawyer that like optically is terrible for him.
Right.
You know, like it's like a lawyer who only represents like the worst people.
Mm-hmm,
so it's like I think it's probably one of those situations where like there's no way to charge him with anything. You know what I mean? It's just like,
and also how can he afford this crazy lawyer?
Again, I think he's just probably got more bread than we realize. But yeah, I mean, I think the lawyer, like, I mean, if you're paying a lawyer a retainer to put out a statement, if you're not being charged, at least you're not putting them on a retainer. You know what I mean? You're paying like a one-time, like, let's scare the hose, like with this, you know, we're gonna fucking scare these people. Basically, is what I would assume. If you're going to hire like a bulldog who gets bad famous guys off for sex charges,
he's like, who is Prince Andrew's guy? Let's get him on the horn.
Yeah. It's literally. I get this always happens though, where there's like I'm like the logic behind this I sort of see, but also like it just makes you look guilty. But I don't know. I'm not a legal eagle.
Hammerheads caught a stray on that one, I think.
They did. How long gone is this podcast? Thank you for listening.
This podcast is how long gone.
Thank you to Just Like Heaven for having us yesterday. It was great. I got to see some bands I love in the LA heat.
Another classic DJ Them Jeans set.
Another classic.
I'm off to fucking. Now I'm going to Paris today.
Good luck, bitch. We're taking one day. I think we're gonna take Friday off. Correct? Like we're not gonna have an episode on Friday.
Correct. I will be driving across France that day.
So we'll be back Wednesday and next Monday. So you guys get a little break too. It's the final, it's the final gasps of summer.
Yeah, we're taking Friday the 28th off for David Cho's birthday.
It's David Cho's birthday. You guys all sent him DMs and stuff and messages and sent him, suggestions of places to go eat in Queens. And I think that is it. I think that is all. Thank you for listening.
Looking at my bitch, I bet she give your ass a bone. Looking at my wrist, it'll turn your ass to stone. Stretch limousine, sipping rosé all alone. Double-headed monster with a mind of his own. Cherry red chariot, excess is just my